State. My name is Hezron Kimari.
Thank you very much, Hezron Kimari, for that. I know a lot of action actually in the coastal region. We have the KRU, but at the same time also in Kilifi, we've been having the beach game, so we will be able, subsequent bulletins to tell you who will fare how, because the competition is high, and yes, a lot is at stake. Talk about that, we shift focus now, and we talk about rugby and the happenings here in the country, because we know the Kenya Rugby Union, they had some shoddy election, I should say, last year, and we know what the tribunal ordered. So they will be having some fresh election. And I have the incoming chairperson, Sasha Mutai, because he's going for the top seat now unopposed. What happened actually to the other person, Sasha?
Well, I think it was quite obvious that I was going to win this. The people who are behind me, the affiliates, I'd talked to them, they have seen my plans, they have seen how I've worked before, and they said, I think it's time now to make a big change. And that is what I was bringing in onto the table.
I know in the rugby circles, a lot of people actually remember you from the days that you are director, from the day that you are the vice chairperson. But let's begin. Who's Sasha Mutai, and why is he going for the top seat?
Well, I'm Sasha Mutai. I'm a quantity surveyor by profession, but rugby is my passion. I love the game, and that's why I'm coming in to do this job. I've been vice chairman. We were quite successful with the chairman that time, Mwangi Muthe. I was director of Kenya Sevens between 2006 to 2010, and that's when we made big strides in the world of sevens rugby. You remember we got to a semi-final of a Rugby World Cup in 2009 in Dubai, and in 2013, when I was the vice chairman, we got to the semi-final again of the Rugby Sevens World Cup in Moscow. So, and we nearly qualified for the 2015 Rugby World Cup, but we lost one game to Zimbabwe, and we had beaten Namibia, and Namibia were Africa's contestant on that on the qualifier. So I'm looking at now enhancing, bringing in and running this game like a business, and that's the difference. We have the human resource, we have the talent, but we don't have the financial resources. So what I'm looking at is to bring in back the partners. I'm not even calling them sponsors now. It's partnerships, because we are going to provide them with value, and they are going to give us as well their value in kind, in cash, so that we can run our programs. We have good human resource. We have talent on the ground. We have players. The talent is immense, and the people running the clubs are there. They love the game, but in terms of in the face of all this adversity, they've actually pitched up and played games, but there's no money coming in. Every weekend it's it's an affair of sending M-Pesa to support a team to play. But now I'm saying it's not business as usual. Things are going to change. We're going to bring back the corporates. We're going to use the available tax laws that we have. Cap 470, we're going to put in, I'm working with a company called Viva Africa, and a good friend, KRU, is a top tax consultant in the country, to unlock finance for sport and using tax rebates. So that's also in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. So we're going to help the government, and we're going to achieve our objective of qualifying for the Rugby World Cup in 2027, and as well for the Women's Rugby World Cup. And we want to grow the game. Last week I was in Kakamega to watch the Kenya Cup final, and then on the Sunday I went to St. Peter's Mumias to watch schoolboy rugby. And what I saw there was very impressive. The talent, no doubt, is there. And it's now time for us not to betray that talent and to get us where we should be.
Sasha, I know you've tried actually to go for the top seat 2 other times. This is the third one, and automatically now you're in. What changes from that first time that you said, I want to go for this top seat, and again the second time, and now it's official, you're there? Has your manifesto, has your journey to build the sport and everything that comes with it changed, or still the mentality is at core and still the same?
So the manifesto, if you look at my 2017, 2019 and now, it's just a delay of dates. Basically, we wanted to professionalize the game. We wanted to qualify for the 2019 World Cup, which didn't happen. We wanted to qualify for this 2023 World Cup, which again we fell short. It's just delayed dates, but now, of course, I've grown as well. My network has grown. I've grown also in character as a person. Circumstances have changed. There's new government. We want to also exploit the tax laws. So it's an improvement. What I can say is an improvement. And I'm looking at working with the directors who will be elected on Friday to build this game and take it to greater heights. Yeah.
Teamwork, very, very important.
Yeah.
In your own assessment, the last 10 years and rugby in the country, if you ask me, I'll say some things needs to be done in a very different way.
Yeah.
We've had the low and the lowest moments that we've had in the series. The Simba's performance are also questionable. When you look at the ladies rugby, what do you think has gone wrong the last 10 years?
So I think what happened from 2015, some of the partners that we had left the game because there were problems at the board, and that's why we tried to clean up that time in 2017, and I was not successful in my bid for the chairmanship. Now it's just to bring back the corporates that were supporting us and our partners back in. The players are not the problem. We have the talent. What we have to now do is get the resources to give these players a high performance environment where they can perform. Today I was at KCB to watch Chipu training for the Birthdays Cup, and yesterday I was in Kasarani with Shuja. We have 4 more tournaments. Shuja Kenya Sevens is in threat of relegation, so we have to do something, a very quick fix. Luckily, we have a good PS in the Ministry of Sport, Mr. Jonathan Weke, who has given us invaluable support. So even before I came into the championship, I'm not yet there officially, but I've been working in the background and trying to help this team because the coaches have contacted me. Jeffrey Kimani, who I worked with in the Kenya Sevens, we had a coffee last week, and he told me what all the problems that are there. So it's the environment. So now I had also lunch yesterday with Coach McGrath, and he told me what we need now is stability. So now that Kenya Sevens is in training camp in Kasarani, a good value of the Ministry of Sports, and they waived any fee for that because KRU right now does not have the resources. So we have to all work together in order to stabilize the ship, so that we can maintain our core status.
A broke union.
Yeah.
We'll take a short commercial break, but when we come back, then we'll have a very, very focused conversation about what needs to be done in the Sevens outfit. Also, the women's rugby has a lot, and they always say that they are a neglected lot.